Boy, this KLX is seeing more use than it has in quite a few years. Looks like Vinnie's dual sport is finally ready to go. So we're gonna go meet him and head into the woods for the afternoon. Or for the day, I guess. It's still morning. We thought we'd get a somewhat early start just to avoid some of the heat that's coming. It's going to be like well over 30 degrees, I think, today. It's not that early, but it's also not very cool right now. We're kind of going to make our way towards the Fundy shore, so maybe it'll get a little bit cooler down that way. That's it, the Super Sherpa is alive and back on the road. We're getting ready to go fuel up and head out right in the middle of peak heat time. We're just kind of winging it today with no real route in mind. So that means I gotta try to remember some of the roads and trails around here. I didn't know that many to begin with, and it's been a while, so I figure if I see one that looks familiar, we'll just dive into it and see where we end up. Oh, tire snakes, I love those. I think this is one I used to run on. Let's go see. I'm hearing some squeaking coming out of my suspension or something. If this is one that I think it is, we should be heading out to the left soon. Had a lot of rain recently, but it's also been super dry around this time, so hopefully the rain that fell is getting soaked up. It's not too wet and muddy anywhere. Geez, I'd hate to pick a trail and have to backtrack first thing here. I thought for sure we'd be taking a left before long. I think I got my trails mixed up.
Oh, okay.
Oh well. Let's get all wet to start the day. Help cool you off a little bit, I guess. Oh man, that almost got me right in the ass. The road I was in, I recognized it, but I couldn't tell where I used to go. I was looking for a road that went to the left, and there was one there, but it was growing up, and I didn't recognize it, but I think it was that, because it brings you out up here. I always get all spun backwards when I'm here. The old beaver pond. That's where I thought we would be coming from. Now I know we used to go that way, so I'm going to head up that way and see. Yeah. I seem to remember there being a little bit of water on this road, but I don't think it was bad. I mean, if it is, we'll turn around. I mean, I'm no off-road pro myself here. And Vinnie hasn't even been on that bike in a couple of years, let alone in the woods with it, so we'll take it easy. No trespassing. You got it. Oh man, what is this? Forget it. I don't plan to go swimming today. I didn't plan to go swimming today. we got some new chip seal here. They're really treating us peasants this year. Now, had that trail not been filled with water holes, that's where we would have came out. Whoa! Dumped all their excess rock here. I think there's a little trail right here, and it's not in bad shape from what I remember. Or is it? Let's see. I don't think it stays like this for long. Get up in the drier part here. All the rock just means it doesn't get so damn muddy. Once this climb is over, I think it straightens out. Turns into a normal little trail. I seem to remember this being a much funner climb before. I'm in second gear. What am I doing? Yeah, I seem to remember this being a much funner little climb up here. It wouldn't surprise me if it's been ripped to shit over the last couple of years. Starting to get better. Getting better all the time. Shit, is that my fan on? I don't think my fan's ever been on. We're into a much more normal section now. Of course, there would be mud. Still hear them. Not much mud, but I don't want any. Alright, sweaty break time's over. Ooh. Not sure where my squeak's coming from. Oh. I'm checking for my squeak here. Stop when I can to check my mirrors. Hard to find spots to do that every time. Ooh. You gotta stand up and get some air when you get a chance. I always like the view from right here. Imagine Vinny's never seen it before, so. Pretty cool view here where the hydro crosses, eh? Decided to skip one section of trail. just to make some time, throw in a little extra pavement. It was actually 9 years ago yesterday that I bought this bike. And I must say, it's running around back in these roads in this area is basically the reason I wanted to get one. Seeing all these hills around here, I was like, man, I want to get up in the trails around here. Especially in the fall. It really lights up then. The squeak on this thing is driving me crazy, and I don't have the time or energy to find it when I get home. Whatever. Fucking clutch switch is dirty. You gotta pump it up. See if I can spot the back entrance to the windmills. Pretty sure that's all blocked off. You're not allowed in there, but we'll maybe take a little run into the lake. We found the road to the lake. A lot more of these back here now. I wasn't sure if they'd have this road blocked off now, because after one of these damn things fell over, they had the whole site kind of blocked off. They didn't want anyone in here. They had to figure out how many of them were ready to fall down. Apparently they did a poor job when they put the concrete in. I thought at one point there was about 50 of these things here, but I think that number might have went up. It could be 60 or more now. I think the lake should be right here. Yes. How you doing? Oh, go ahead. Lots of visitors here today. I think the next stop we make, I'll switch batteries in this thing. Alright. Wow. What we got there? A couple deer. We'll never see them now. Looked like two deer. Just probably come out of that little trail right there and crossed. Yeah, this road is in much better shape than it was last time I seen it. I tried to come through with my truck once. I've been through it with my old Canyon a few times, but I think I brought the Sierra through not long after I got it. The road was washed out pretty bad in some spots. And he's going to want his covered bridge pictures here. Fuck, it's been so long since I've been through here. I thought we'd be driving a lot longer than that before we hit the bridge. You gotta take one just like Luke, eh? What's that?
I think I should probably start looking for another phone.
Oh. there's a nice breeze coming in that window. The big bridge. Oh, look at that. Oh shit, there's a shoe there. I bet you that was the guy on the four-wheeler earlier that had that. Easy. Back to the pavement. Run into Alma for some fuel. A lot of the descent out of the hills is on paved road. That saves some time. A few more people here compared to in the woods. Out looking for more bridge action here. I think I've only ever been through here once, and it was in the pouring rain. The problem with only having been through here once is that I can't even remember how far the bridges are in. I don't think it's too far. I have a feeling we're not far from them, actually. And I still think there's two. I just can't remember. One thing I do remember is that as you got in here further, started climbing out of here, it was very, very rocky. And at the time, I was still 100% new to riding off-road, so it was quite a challenge. You can see the river going by right here. I saw headlights behind me. I didn't realize it wasn't Vinnie. Cool spot here. You can see the river going through. It's funny, I seen a headlight coming. I was like, oh, I'll slow down and wait for Vinnie. And all of a sudden, I was just sitting here and a bunch of bikes go by. I was like, oh, that's not him. What do we have here? I didn't expect to see that.
Hey, welcome to fucking Alberta. Welcome to fucking Alberta.
Yes, sir. I gotta check this. I gotta check this out. Not what I expected on the other end of that tractor.
We brought that from the bottom Tom Downey's hill.
Holy.
Sure he was with it.
Wow.
He's fucked.
A little too deep.
No, busted transmission, busted oil pan.
Back another 5 miles.
Holy jeez. Be quite a job just to get it to here.
He made it for Tom Downey's hill with it. I got no idea. I got stuck in my 4-wheeler in one mud hole.
Is that a small bridge still standing?
It ain't way safe.
Not much on it. It's been a few years since I've been through here.
You ain't going through it on a bike.
No.
I fell through it here 2 years ago with my 4-wheeler.
Oh, really?
I brought all your straps and your pump up.
Where you live, Ron? Where though?
You can still hear the water just running out.
So what, they were trying to come through the other way?
They must have been coming from the other way, I guess. I can't imagine they made it through this before having a tractor assisting. Yeah. Guess it's water crossing only here now. So I guess after all that nonsense, this bridge will just be out of reach for Vinnie for a little while. That bridge is, last time I was across that bridge is probably 8 or 9 years ago. It was rough then. It's totally done now. Not safe at all to attempt. So that only leaves a water crossing for an option. And the water is very high. As the bikes were going through, they're saying, you know, oh, make sure you're in 4-wheel drive. Well, that's more wheels than I've even got, so. And then Vinnie's bike, for a little while, was stalling when it got wet, so that is definitely no place for it. Speaking of stalling when wet, I better stop for a second and see where he is. So we'll make our way back out of here and probably make our way home. I think we'll go over Caledonia Mountain. That should save a little bit of time.